Hello, relatives. My name is Raven, and I wanted to come on today to talk about moving my family off a grid. Um, our family of five decided to sell our house in a Midwestern city, small city, football town, and buy basically 30 plus acres in the state of Arizona. We're in southeast Arizona, and I'll show you a little bit around. We are kind of, I won't say in the middle of nowhere because it's not nowhere, right? Everybody's somewhere. But we basically are trying to be self sufficient and decided that the city life and politics and rules and lists of things that tell us what we should and shouldn't be doing or what we can and can't be doing, um, decided to do away with that and basically do what everybody says is crazy. Multiple times, people have told me that we're crazy, and we could be. I think you have to be at least a little bit crazy to uproot your life and start over. Um, I'm mid 40, and my husband is a little bit older, but um, basically, we have little children, not super little, but um, we've got about 8 more years of parenting left, at least. Um, so, why we decided to do it is we started to think, because obviously we're middle aged, about what we're leaving behind, um, what type of legacy we're leaving behind, what we have left, what we want our children, grandchildren, future generations to remember us for. Um, and we didn't want to be remembered for uh, being the people who stayed in their house for 30 years, because we were in our house for 15 years. And we just kept saying, oh, when we pay the house off, when we pay the house off. And like, you know, we're like, why are we waiting? What are we waiting for exactly? Um, and we always wanted to be like, out with acres and a farm and, gardening, taking care of small animals, maybe big animals, I don't know. We wanted to be caretakers of land, and we wanted to be uh, self reliant, I guess. So, I guess recently, um, we've just seen so many disasters happening in like cities, and we've seen natural disasters, we've seen terrorist disasters, we've seen violence happening in our schools, road rage, like just so many things have changed, obviously, from previous generations. And so we wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something out of the box, and we're like, why not? Like, why shouldn't we be relying on the sun for our power? Why shouldn't we be collecting precious water from the earth, from the atmosphere, from the weather? Why shouldn't we be able to have the things that our grandparents and great grandparents really wanted? So essentially, like, I decided that, like, this was our birthright. This is our birthright to own a farm and to live self sufficiently. And these opportunities were stolen from our ancestors, from our relatives, um, from everybody who came before us, right? And so, like, today, when I look around at rural communities, I don't see diversity, and I don't see enough people like us doing this. So, take that for whatever you want it to be or for. But I just really feel like there needs to be more people like us who are different and who are not the typical rural occupants, finding our way back to the old ways and the ways that our grandparents um, tried to be and strive for, and basically just screw everything else that the government and the cities and communities say that they stand for, and take it into our own hands and rely on the natural elements that are already provided for us, um, and live sustainably. So, what does that mean for us? It means we have no access to power, electric power. However, we do have two solar generators and solar panels. We use batteries also. We haul water, which means we go to a place to get our water and we bring it back here and put it in a holding tank and use what we need as we need it. Um, it also means that we cook on a fire just about every day. Um, it also means that we are living differently, much differently from what we were. We take nothing for granted. Nothing is easy out here. So please don't take this message as like, oh, yeah, it's easy. Come on, let's go off grid. No, everything has been difficult, challenging. However, what I do appreciate about the difficulty is that we are learning so much about things that we never even thought about like before. It's connecting us to the earth, it's connecting us to the natural cycles of the moon, it's connecting us to the solar cycles as well. Um, I think there's just so much more meaning and effort that goes into life every single day in our experiences. And so for that is irreplaceable. So we've been out here for about almost 4 months. So we've lived sort of like a season, out here. It's winter, so I guess dare I say winter in the state of Arizona. What does that mean? Um, right here where we are in southeast Arizona, winter means wind. Winter means windy. So I mean, I've lived a lot of years in the Midwest, so I know what snow, sleet, ice, horrible winter storms, 5 feet of snow. I've shoveled my entire life, basically. But out here, it's hard for me to say it's winter, but it is winter, in the desert. Winter in the desert. Um, and I guess I just, I'm not going to say we don't have winter because we do. It is winter. It's cold. It's windy. That is the bulk of the winter here is the wind. Um, but for me, 45 degrees is beautiful. For the regular Arizonan, it's probably cold and they're probably locked up in their house. But for me, today, right now, this 45 degrees is beautiful, okay? Because back home, everybody's sitting in 40 degrees of cold, snow, wet weather. So, you know, I'm out here getting a suntan. But um, I would just say that, what we did is pretty drastic. It's pretty extreme when considering what modern culture, what society is doing right now, what people are expected to do, what people are pushing for is more city inhabitants, for more workers, for more this, for more that, for more dependency on the government, which basically is a joke right now. Like, not to get too far into that, but um, I feel more control in my life than I ever have. I feel more in control about what happens to me and what happens to my children than I ever have. But I will say there are plenty of challenges that go along with it. So if for some reason you are considering like moving off grid or doing something drastic or, changing your scenery, I hope this provides just a tiny bit of insight, not pushing you one way or the other, but to say that um, other people are doing it, other people who look like us, other people who look like me, people who don't look like me. Um, but there are plenty of challenges. However, there are plenty of other rewards. Um, so, take it with a grain of salt and good luck to you. Thanks for listening. Bye.